What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TCB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I put a brand new video. Couple things to go over really quickly before we get into the video, though, is one, I apologize if at any point I stopped talking for a second. It would be really quick, but my tongue has really been bothering me. I doubt it'll happen, but if like my tongue starts really hurting, I may stop talking for like a second. Don't worry, I will continue. I don't expect it to happen though. The other thing is Joshua and I will get back to recording the podcast on Saturday. First one will be out on Sunday, and we do those recordings in sections. So if you guys want a section or a segment to be on a particular topic, let us know, whether it's letting us know on Twitter or letting us know in the YouTube comments or letting us know by emailing us, or however you let us know you want us to talk about something. We can definitely talk about it. We want to talk about what you guys want to hear about. So let us know if you guys have anything in particular Ravens related you'd like us to talk about when we're recording those longer sections. And those can be listened to in full on the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, stuff like that. But then daily segments will be put out throughout the week, and we'll maintain our Wednesday streams. That's it for the intro. Now let's get into the meat of today's content, because Rob Ninkovich, former Patriot, came out and said on, I want to make sure I get the show right, Get Up, that Lamar Jackson is just missing a number one wide receiver. That's what the Baltimore Ravens are missing. He goes on to look at it like, look at Josh Allen. What was Josh Allen considered before Stephon Diggs? Well, he was a developmental guy. Come on, Rob Ninkovich. You were in the NFL. Developmental guy? One, Josh Allen, yeah, he was raw, but he had already improved from the beginning to the end of the year. And this isn't trying to be a video on Josh Allen, but Stephon Diggs didn't make Josh Allen a great player. He just made the jump in his overall skill set and was given a weapon. Lamar Jackson's made the jump in skill set, and he has weapons. And then to say Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I don't understand this need to say the Ravens offense has to be like everybody else, because Lamar Jackson has had a lot of success without crazy great weapons. And he's got way better weapons than he's ever had when he had success. You look at Lamar Jackson's best season, MVP year. Are you really going to say that his weapons back then are better than they are now? No, they're not even close. His running back was Mark Ingram. We have a significant improvement there in J.K. Dobbins and an improved Gus Edwards. Hollywood, he's now much older on the Ravens. Wide receiver 2 was Willie Snead. Wide receiver 3, Miles Boykin. Seth Roberts. Come on. We're looking at it, and we have Rashad Bateman, a very promising rookie. Obviously, Hollywood. Then we have Devin Duvernay. And then a lot of backups that we know the Ravens wide receiver core. It's very good. And obviously, Mark Andrews has gone through big improvements even since then. And it's this idea that people don't watch Lamar Jackson and they just make takes about him. They just say things. It is, if you go out, I understand the take. If you say, hey, the Ravens should get a number one wide receiver, I can understand that. I can understand it. I don't think they need it. But if you're just kind of like, oh, yeah, like they can benefit from that. Every team can benefit from a number one wide receiver. The Cincinnati Bengals, if you gave them, Devontae Adams, well, yeah. If anybody gets a Devontae Adams, they're going to be great. If anybody gets a number one wide receiver, they're going to improve. I don't care if you're the 07 Patriots. I don't care if you're the, 2013 Denver Broncos. If you're not going to get it, if you're going to get someone that's new, it's going to improve your team if you get a number one. So I'm not getting mad at that take, but as the only thing the Ravens need, it's the only thing Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are missing is a number one wide receiver. He did not watch Baltimore Ravens football. He did not watch. Did he see that offensive line? Oh, no. Apparently not. Did he see some of the coaching? Nope. Guess not. Did he see the lack of tackling ability on the entire defense? Rob Ninkovich, come on, you're a defensive guy. Did you see the tackling? No? Okay. What about the four-man pass rush? No? You didn't see that either? Like, I don't understand why everyone that makes takes about the Ravens seems like they never watched the Ravens. Because again, could the Ravens be better if they got a wide receiver? Yes, they could be. But that's not the one thing they're missing. The only thing they're missing. Like, everyone just all of a sudden just has to put it on the passing game because it fits this narrative that Lamar Jackson's one thing away. Right? Because that means that the support is there. Right? If the defense is set, if the offensive line is set, if the running backs are set, everything's set except for that wide receiver, that means Lamar Jackson has help. But that's the thing. They're not set. Right? The Ravens don't have a great pass rush. I'm not saying it won't be great next year. They very well could improve. But they need to improve in their coverage. They need to improve in their pass rush. They need to improve in their offensive line blocking. I don't understand it. This narrative that Lamar Jackson only needs a wide receiver, and all these narratives about Lamar Jackson that come out, and it's never. I mean, we get the same guys coming out over and over again saying similar things. Oh, Lamar Jackson can't get it done in the playoffs. So, yada yada yada. I think Nick Wright put out a thing saying Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, he has questions at quarterback for the Ravens, which. Whatever. I'm not even going to talk about that. But it seems like there's always some new former NFL player that they bring onto these shows because it's the off season and they say something about Lamar Jackson that clearly shows that they don't watch him. Clearly shows. Maybe it'll be next week, maybe some offensive lineman will come out and be like, oh, Lamar Jackson just can't throw. Maybe some linebacker will come out and be like, oh, Lamar Jackson is just, he's just not a leader. Like, it just seems like it's always these random guys like Rob Ninkovich. We don't hear anything about Rob Ninkovich anymore, right? Not since he left the league. But he just comes back and they're like, hey, let's talk about Lamar Jackson. Because we want to get someone new to say some slander about him because we know you don't watch him. And then he comes out and he's like, oh, well, he just needs a wide receiver. Dude, you're not watching. Yeah. Could he use a wide receiver? Yes. Every quarterback could use a wide receiver. The Rams could use a wide receiver, right? Would the Rams not be a better team if they got another number one wide receiver? They would be better. But is it the one thing? No. The Cincinnati Bengals, they lost the Super Bowl. Why? Offensive line. They have a number one wide receiver. But they couldn't win. Because number one wide receiver doesn't fix everything. And I'm not trying to clown on the Bengals. They did a great job. They got to the Super Bowl. But if Lamar Jackson gets a number one wide receiver and doesn't get improvement on the offensive line, that's not a one piece away. That is hey, there's a lot of pieces that need to be fixed. Lamar Jackson is just so great that he's able to hide those. And I think that this shows Lamar Jackson's greatness and how great he is that people look at the roster for Lamar Jackson, and they're like, man, how is he doing it with these guys? Because they don't watch. How is he doing it with these guys? If he had someone, a number one, wow, it'd be unbelievable because he just so much with so little. But when in reality, if you watch the games, you would understand Lamar Jackson does enough with the wide receivers. The O-line just doesn't do enough for him. And that's just on the offensive side of the ball because Lamar can't control the defense whatsoever. He can't. We're not going to lie and say that he can. He's not going out there. This isn't. Maybe the Ravens got to go sign Lamar Jackson, the cornerback. I think out of Nebraska, was undrafted a couple years ago. I think he went to the Jets or something like that. Maybe we need Lamar Jackson for defense. But overall, I don't understand this take of, oh, well, Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs. It made him better. Well, yeah, it made him better. But he also got an improved defense. And he also got an improved O-line. He also got better coaching. I believe they got like a new offensive coordinator or something like that. I apologize if I'm wrong on that, but I think coaching changed a little bit. But overall, yes, getting good players improves your team. But the Ravens have more than one need, and their biggest need is most definitely not wide receiver. So I don't know. I just kind of wanted to address that, get my thoughts out on it. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see all of you again tomorrow.